welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-8. It's a Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka Encounter, and it's under the command of Talon 1958. Okay, battle's underway. Now it's a 152mm howitzer, which is capable of doing 600 alpha, slightly more than the M44, penetrating 38mm of armour with a burst radius of 7 meters, which is about the same as the M44. Now it's based on the hull of a T-28 Soviet medium tank, but they never actually built this Arty simply because they stopped production of the T-28 and therefore there was no more hulls available. But you can see the familiar T-28 hull, even if the top of it is different. It's not a bad little Arty actually. In fact, it's got a better DPM than the M44, although it does have a very narrow arc of fire, which you'll probably come to appreciate after a while. And Talon's taking it up right to the far east side of the map, right to the top of the hill. There's a bush up here which you can use to conceal yourself from the enemy and fire up at the hill at a much quicker reaction time than firing anywhere else. Just setting himself up. He's found the first target. It's an IS-2 shielded, but he's having a look around for other targets as well. Letting it dial in. He's ready to go. Rounds out. And he gets a direct hit with his first shot. That guy's already badly damaged actually. I don't think he's going to last very long. One more shot should be enough to finish him off. Okay, Talon's looking around to see what else is there. Now remember, this is an encounter battle, so it's really all about the cap. And although he's looking up at the hill and he's marked the hill, they finally found an enemy up here. It's a Type 59. Now this is a Tier 8 battle with Tier 6 Arty in it, so he's going to earn a lot more XP for firing at these higher tier opponents. I don't think that one was close enough to actually do some damage. Now remember, we use the Klaus mod, or at least I'm using the Klaus mod, which means if it is only a miss, you'll probably hear Klaus talking. That mod was created by D-Tronics and Zoeballs with the help of Klaus Kellerman, and it's now available through Aslains. So if you want to hear Klaus when you play the game, get the mod. Very easy to install, just tick the box, and whenever you get a near miss or that was close, it will say that was Klaus. And it's a variety of different statements as well. Well, he actually hit the Type 59 on that one and wounded the P43 as well at the same time. Unfortunately, we haven't got somebody up there who's actually checking on these guys to find out where they are. We need a spotter or even a tank destroyer to go up there and have a look. We've only got one tank in the cap at the moment. That's going to try and trigger the enemy into sending their own tanks into the cap to try and cancel the cap, or rather hold on the cap and try and get a reset. But it is going to make them pop out, and we've now got that a Type 58. Talon's dialing in before he shoots. Almost ready. Now he's ready. Rounds out. Direct hit. 223 and the Type 58 goes down. Now he's got a whole bunch of tanks to shoot at. The Lurva, the P43 Beers and the Type 59. At the moment I think he needs to hit the Lurva. 16.1 seconds is the reload. Another direct hit right into the side of the guy for 153. The Lurva is taking some damage. He cancelled the stun straight away, hitting his first aid kit. And he's been hit again, yes. Now he has to pull back because he is stunned. His reload will drop and he just won't be able to react. And unfortunately, they kill our tank capping the 112, and they've got their own tank in the cap now. In fact, they've got two in the cap. Okay, there they are, the KV-122 and the Thunderbolts. Well, Talon's going to reset them by firing a round in. Almost ready. He's dialed in. Oh, now that guy's moving because the house just demolished. So, yes, that one, he's not there, but the Thunderbolt might be still behind the other house. There's the KV-122. He's moved house because he knew he'd been seen. Now, going back to the lure because he is very low on hit points and he could take this gun out of the game. Lining him up. And he gets him. Nice shot. Goes back to the Thunderbolt, who's still behind that house and still thinks he's safe. He's marked as a target. Oh, and the house gets demolished. Talon fires a round in. No reset, so it looks like the Thunderbolt moved. But we can see the KV-122, he has been reset. And he's out the game. The Thunderbolt was actually still behind the house, so Talon probably didn't splash him. But he will hit him this time. Rounds out.
That was fucking close!
Yes, Klaus is still there. And the Thunderbolt is down, taken out of the game by our S-51. Okay, over on the west side of the map, we've got an Alpine Tiger. In fact, most of our tanks on the west side of the map have either been killed or they've moved. The scores are still even, but Talon's trying to get a shot on that Alpine Tiger, which is basically a Wizzy 111. Or the, you could say the Chinese version of an IS-3. Rounds out. Direct hit, 206, right on his engine deck. You can see where it actually landed. There's a little hole right in the centre of his engine deck. That wasn't a penetrating shot, that one, but obviously the mods show it as a penetrating hole. Rounds out again. I think that one's going to be a bit late. Yeah, it lands behind, but the Alpine Tiger goes down to the T-42. So we're one tank ahead of the enemy now. And we seem to have control for the moment of the northeast corner of the map. The T-42's headed south. He's looking for any remaining enemy on the west side, and I think he's more than likely going to find one of the enemy Arty over there. There's two enemy Arty. He's found, in fact, a heavy tank number 6, who immediately he kills. And, oh, we've spotted another couple of enemies, an SU-100 and a P-43 Biz. Okay, Talon's ready to shoot, but it's got a problem with these railway wagons. They would obstruct the field of fire. You can see he's got a red line there. So he's looking around for a spot where he can actually shoot and hit those guys. I think he's decided that it's better for him to fire at the SU-100 because he might be able to get the shell over the railway wagons. Those ones he can't get over. At least they're so close to those railway wagons, it makes it difficult to hit them. Up on top of the hill, we've got a Type 59. He's looking at the cap area, but not doing anything. So, lining up a shot. Still dialing in. He fires. Wasn't fully dialed in. Didn't initiate Klaus. So, probably wasn't close enough to get a... That was Klaus. Oh, there's the Type 59. He actually moved further on, sitting behind the wreck of that T-78. That's another thing you shouldn't do if you're in a tank, is knock the wreck of another tank that belongs to your team, or to anybody else's team for that matter, when you're unspotted, because if you do, it tells somebody you're there. And there's one of the enemy Arty. It's the GW Panther, and Talon's going to go for that straight away. It's not just professional courtesy, it's also the fact that if you take the Artys out the game, the enemy has a much higher chance of losing the game, because of course Arty is the fire support. Once they're gone, the enemy's got no support and they can be killed. There goes the GW. There's the S100. He has got a shot on this guy. Just waiting. Oh, he's gone. That means there's only 2 left. And one of them was the Type 59 up on top of the hill. The other one's an M44 who's actually blue. Yes, he's probably caused some team damage or accidentally shot one of his teammates and he has turned blue. Yes, Wargaming did reintroduce that as part of the 1.10.1 client update. You can turn blue now if you do team damage, so it's probably not advisable to do so. There's the M44 skirting the edge of the water there and going up towards the cap. Well, he's made it in, but oh, he hasn't got into the cap. He's just sitting outside it, but he's not going to last very long because Talon's about to shoot. And that is a direct hit and kill to win the game. Oh, and one of our teammates died. It was the KV2, lost in battle, so obviously he disconnected during the game at some point and wasn't there at the end. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, first class tanker for Talon 1958 in the SU-8. He really likes this Arty now. He's got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one he got 12, and he got a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate from that battle, 4009, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score and see where he stood. He didn't get the highest damage in the game. The T-42 managed to get a Radley Walters, high caliber and a Top Gun for 3,309 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being the Alpine Tiger on the enemy team, got a cool-headed for 2,372. And after that it was Talon with 2,024, so third highest damage. The highest scorer was the T-42. He got 8 kills in that game, enough for the Radleys and the Top Gun. 3 kills went to the IKV-65-2 and 2 kills went to Talon, the S-51 and 3 members of the enemy team, their Alpine Tiger, their E-25 and their M44, the team killer. And when it came to base XP, it was the T-42 again. Yes, he did the most work in that one. He went down the west side of the map, took out all the enemies he found there, and then dealt with the guys who were remaining. 1,337 base to him, 1,097 went to the Hellcat, and 1,036 went to Talon, but that wasn't enough to get an ace tanker, only enough for first class on this occasion. But these were the only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base, and you can see the next highest person after that, only 824, so yes, these guys were working extremely hard during that game. If we look at the detail report, we can see that Talon fired 19 rounds in that game, got 10 direct hits, 1 penetration and 14 splash. Damage of 2,024 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did 135 hit points of damage assistance, plus 853 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns, and he got 39 defense points by resetting the cap. On a premium count, he earned 44,741 credits, got 65,000 credits for completing the mission events, and that brought up a total of 109,741 credits. After ammunition reload, he actually took away 94,351 credits profit from one game. That's a very good score. Well, the SU-8 is one of those busy arties, like the M44. It makes credits, it prints credits. It's worth having it in your garage if you need credits for buying another tank. Just get your SU-8 out or your M44, play a few games, and you'll have oodles of credits available. 1,554 XP times 2 for the first victory, 3,108 experience points altogether. He said it was Confederate, but almost a counter battery. Well, almost, yes, but because he did kill the M44, he tried to get the GW Panther, but just couldn't get in because somebody else got there before him in the end. And of course, the other, what was it? The other M44. No, there was only 2 Arties on the enemy team. At least as far as I remember, there was only 2. Yes, the GW Panther, the M44, and that was it. So yes, it could have been a counter battery if he'd taken out the GW Panther, but yes, that guy was taken out a split second too soon by Krasel, which of course is our T-42 Radley winner. So yes, that was the problem. Although Talon managed to strip away most of the hit points from that Arty, the T-42 was just too quick and got there before Talon could reload. So a nice battle there by Talon 1958. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.